What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be rebuilding this Kawasaki KFX 50 little four-wheeler, and it's a little weird because the engine is a two-cycle engine, but it has an oil injector, so it's just like a regular four-cycle carburetor, but the carburetor only does the gas, and then the oil injector mixes the oil with the gas before it goes into the engine. So today we're going to be taking it apart, and the owner hasn't put oil in it for 4 years, so we think that the piston might be damaged. So we're going to take it apart and do a compression check. This tool that I'm using to remove the spark plug came with the machine, but you can just use a regular socket or a special spark plug tool if you have one. The spark plug doesn't look too bad. And I'm using this compression test kit that we got on Amazon. The link will be in the description. And then with the key off, we just pull the starter and see what happens. Keep going. It looks like it's about 75. Not sure what it's supposed to be. 125. So it's a bit low on compression, which could mean that the piston is probably scored, or the inside of the cylinder head is scored. So now we're gonna have to take that apart. And if you take off all those nuts, then you can get the top of the cylinder head loose, so that we can see the cylinder wall and the piston, and we'll pull it slowly so that we can get a good look at the piston. And if this part is not coming loose, you can tap it lightly with a rubber mallet. Just be really gentle and don't break anything. we gonna be able to see anything?
It's really dirty. Feels okay though.
You want me to slowly pull it? Well, there is no slowly pulling it.
Yeah, go real slow.
You can't. Look. Oh, it like doesn't catch. Oh, there we go. So we're gonna take off this intake and just unbolt these two 10mm bolts and take off the cylinder and check the piston rings.
What's up, guys? So it's a number 5 Allen to take off the exhaust bolts. You want to be really careful when you're taking off exhaust bolts. They heat up, they expand and contract and expand and contract, and they get really rusty. Over time, they can get seized in the cylinder. So my experience has been, if you're really gentle, they'll be okay. Sometimes if they don't want to move, don't force it because it'll break. So you just try to be really gentle when you just breaking them loose. If they don't budge, you can try some penetrating oil, let them soak overnight, and then if that doesn't work, you can try heat. You can heat up the cylinder around where the bolt goes in, and the cylinder will expand, but the bolt won't, and then you can slowly remove it. I've had a lot of success with that. So we're going to try to get them. We're going to try to get them loose. Hopefully not break anything. Oh, these are easy. That one was good. Thankfully, it didn't get stuck at all. It's not even. It's barely finger tight. That's very strange. If I can even get to the other side. The other side's a little more tricky to get to. I can't get access to it. With this, I may have to get a number 5 Allen wrench. Let's see if there's one in the toolkit. Okay. So I had to get a regular 5mm Allen wrench because I couldn't get my ratchet in there. So we're gonna see. Looks like it's gonna fit. Hopefully it comes right loose. It's in there. Oh, very good. Came loose without much effort at all. This one's tricky because it's right above the curve in the exhaust. I can't get my fingers in there. The exhaust isn't even fastened back there. I don't even know if there's a gasket on it. So.
Yeah, there's one.
Is there anything else holding the cylinder down? I don't think there is. Any more bolts you see?
It doesn't feel like it's gonna come loose.
No? It's just stuck on there, huh? See the gasoline, there's gas going straight into the engine too, through that valve. So I wonder if that might be part of the problem too. So there's gas going right into the cylinder. weird?
Through this little
Through
black,
that little tube. Yeah.
black tube right there.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's unusual. I don't fully understand these 2-cycle with oil injectors system. Anyway.
Where does that tube come from?
Right from the gas valve.
Oh. It goes straight in without even going through
Right.
the carburetor.
We're gonna probably have to get a mallet. I don't see any other bolts, do you?
Nope.
I don't see anything else holding it. So I'm gonna get a mallet. So you want to use a mallet to tap it gently. Usually we normally use a rubber mallet. I couldn't find one, but I did find this wooden mallet. It was hand whittled in 1832 by my great grandfather. I can't remember his name. I think it was Ulysses Knight, perhaps. But it's all, you can see it's all hand carved and put together. Pretty simple. We're gonna give it a go. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Just gently tap it. I felt it break loose.
Yes, and I kind of heard it. Oh, yeah.
Seems to be this, there's like a gasket on here that's catching. Is that the part of the cylinder head gasket?
It's like a
Part of the
foil.
cylinder head gasket. Now the piston's gonna fall out when we do this. Hopefully we don't have any trouble getting it back in there. Am I catching on something? No.
There's the piston. Looks fine to me. We'll have to see the rings though.
It won't come out. It's stuck. Here. Yeah. Do the rings look like they have any spring to them, or
Yeah.
they do?
Well, one of them does.
So let's look at this.
Wait, the piston looks a bit scratched up,
Let's
but
look at this.
doesn't really look scored.
So the inside of the cylinder has some wear in it. It doesn't look terrible. It looks, you can see there's some marks on it. We're gonna get a cloth and wipe it out to see what it looks like. So we're just gonna spray some parts cleaner to kind of clean this cylinder out. There, a little dirt got in there. We did pressure wash this before to minimize any dirt getting inside the engine. You definitely don't want dirt inside your cylinder. And we did notice something kind of odd. It looks like there's moisture in the crankcase. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but if you look at the
piston is
crankshaft,
sort of wet.
the piston has moisture on it and the crankshaft has moisture on it, which would be an indication that somehow water is getting into the cylinder, which is not good. Ooh, and unfortunately, there is some scarring inside the cylinder.
I see that.
You can see that. It's not terrible, but ooh, it may. Let's see if I can feel it with my fingernail. Oh yeah, it's bad. So this
wow.
This is likely a result of there not being any oil put in the oil injector tank. So this engine has been running on straight gasoline with no oil mixed in. So there was no lubrication going to the piston. So what we have here is the damaged cylinder. It's possible that you may be able to take the cylinder wall's very thin, but I'm going to try to take it to a machine shop and ask them if we can have it bored slightly over, and then we can get an oversized piston and ring to go in it. But I'm just going to set that aside for now, and we're going to take a look at the piston. We're going to inspect it. So we're going to slide the oil pan under the four-wheeler if we can. Oh, this thing is so low. I'm going to raise it up. We can slide the oil pan under there to catch anything that might come out. Then I'm going to spray off the piston. try not to get, actually, I'm just going to spray a rag and wipe it with the rag. That might be a more effective way. Piston is, this is why you take things apart and inspect them, because initially it didn't look like there was any damage, but as you can see, the top of the piston is very damaged. It's very scratched and
rusty.
We may
now I see the scarring.
See the scarring on top of the piston?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's very bad. I mean, it's rough. It's really rough.
Oh, that's bad. Yep.
Yeah. So what we're gonna have to do is try to source a new. First of all, we're gonna have to see if we can get the cylinder machined, and then we will source an oversized piston and ring set for this machine to improve the compression, and we'll go from there. So for today, that's probably going to be it for today's video. We'll catch you next time. Like, subscribe, all the things down there, up there, I don't know.